Howdy gals and pals, it's me, Tiffany.
And me, Jasmine.
And we are back with more Veronica Mars. Finally! It has been a good minute since we watched this last. I'm still on the WeV train. So, and
By
Jasmine.
that, she means Veronica and Weevil.
I do. Veronica and Weevil, WeV. It wouldn't make. Come on, for all of you enemies to lovers out there.
Funny you should mention enemies to lovers.
I know it's the other dude.
Why do you know that?
Because we've already discussed this.
I don't have a very good memory at all.
It's okay. I love you anyway. Anyway, let's get into the episode. That's so creepy.
Don't see me poking around your trailer park, do you?
Hey, are you the son?
Creepy.
Mm-hmm. He has a very rough life, as you can see.
Huh.
Hey, you guys are out early.
It's like, okay, I can understand people wanting to do like the Hollywood tourist things of seeing the houses. Like, if you stay in the bus and drive by and see the house and wave at it and keep going, actually invading people's privacy is just creepy.
Smile, Logan. Oh, don't forget, these folks pay for all of this, huh?
In his bathrobe.
Oh, you didn't tell me that elections were this week. You should run. I think it would be a very impressive.
I've never known a school that actually has legitimate elections for these things. Like it's this long-standing trope in all of like American like
True.
high school situations. I have never been in a situation where we actually had speakers or voting or any of that kind of stuff. It just kind of happened and people were like, oh, I guess that's the thing. We have a student council. I don't know. Do we even have a student council? Was always the thing. No one cared.
I might have been on student council, but I have no memory of it.
See, as I was saying, no one paid attention to it. It
I
was
remember
never
random meetings in high school.
It was
with a group
never. It was never what they
library.
portray in Hollywood, ever.
Huh.
Yo, man, over here.
DoorDash.
DoorDash.
You're not allowed delivery, and you're not allowed to breathe my air. Go, shoo, return to Xanadu.
All these 20 to 30-year-old teenagers.
I love it.
Varner just had her food delivered. Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school. You get them for being in student council, for sports. Cheerleading is a sport.
I mean, I do agree with the concept that cheerleading should be considered a sport with all the stuff that they do, but the attitude is unnecessary.
Yeah, why is it a problem that it's Chinese food?
In the meantime, I'm going to have to confiscate your food.
That does not seem legal.
Get her.
Go, Wanda.
Yay!
I love her outfit. The fishnets underneath the jeans.
I love high school drama.
Yes.
That was
There
a
was
really
no-
pathetic whipping.
No whipped cream came out of that.
That was.
Oh, he said, "Oh, all out."
Okay.
Okay, that was
That's-
part of the line.
That's more acceptable.
Yeah.
I was about to say that's just depressing.
Walks in and you should have seen the getaway sticks on it. It says something.
It's a very comfy looking chair. It just like
Yeah.
squishes all the way in it.
Well, you're in luck, Philip Marlowe.
I'm not a cherry person. Do you like cherries?
They thinks it up here.
Child services finds out.
People
about
tell
this,
me
they
that
will
if
take
I
you
eat
away.
them,
Well, that's
and
a
it's
risk
like the
I'm willing to
maraschino cherries,
Mhm.
they'll like stay in my tummy for years and never leave. So it kind of scares me.
I've never had that.
A maraschino cherry?
Yeah, that one. It's never gonna leave your tummy. Now.
Well, what about it is supposed to not ever leave?
The preserve.
I don't think that's real.
Well, my mom said so. Maybe.
The defendant is scheduled to die by lethal injection as early as
Ooh.
next year.
Okay, that was just weird. Him creepily smiling. A child died. Look it, a child died.
He's a terrible person,
He
anyways.
is. I don't like him.
But nobody in Neptune cares what I believe in. They didn't care when I was sheriff. They sure as hell don't care now.
So we'll just let an innocent.
She doesn't want her ice cream anymore. Made
I'm
her
not
sad.
having a stroke. She doesn't want the innocent man to die. Huh.
Ah.
We'd
have a lot of fun together. Yeah, if I wasn't dead and stuff. Why are you here? Don't you watch any horror movies?
At least this time she's visiting her, she's not as
Bloody,
bloody as
yeah.
she was for Bro.
And as kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice. Did Koontz do it? Wish I could tell ya.
I love her actress.
The person who plays Lily?
Mm-hmm.
What is her name? I mean, no. Is it Amanda Seyfried? No. What is
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
I was
We've
thinking
discussed this
maybe
before, I
you'd
already
be interested
forgot.
in covering the election for
That's
the
so
students.
annoying.
The
Yeah.
factor that the
All right,
teacher
that's
looks
up
the
to you.
same
The
age as
election's
the
tomorrow.
students.
She's a young teacher.
Brown-nosing resume pack.
She's also wearing a rather risque shirt for a teacher because you do a lot of bending over for your students.
Yeah.
I'm Wanda Varner, and I'm running for the office of Student Council President. I'm here to promise you real change.
And no one would stop to watch.
I would. To get out of doing work.
Well, see, that
And God bless America.
so funny. Okay, like the thing is, okay, the difference is for our school, when if you had like student video updates like that, you had a time set aside where the whole class stopped, watched it in that one period, and then you got back to work. You wouldn't just have it be playing in the background like an actual TV series running.
True.
Points, man, you gotta run.
Actually,
I don't.
Why do they want those points so badly?
Because they're the rich ones that get it.
You got to be the elites. Look at you loving the guy who's all for classes of. Okay, you're like, I'm ignoring this and just jamming.
A woman's place is in the House and the Senate. Bring it on now.
Jason Doring.
That's my guy.
Enrico Colanti? Colanalongalongling?
They're the minority and they're corrupt. They get away with murder.
Hey, give him hell, Wanda.
You give him hell, Rodney.
Love her outfits. So iconic. I love the chokers they're both wearing.
It's time to take action.
She's not wrong. She's like not wrong at all about the corruption of the wealthy
No, Wanda's
people.
awesome. Wanda Varner. Cool kid.
Poor thing is gonna get squashed though, I have a feeling.
Hey,
Capitalism.
hook me up with a beverage, huh?
And what goes with an icy cold beverage? A nice clean windshield.
No, man, you don't have to do that. Man, A for effort, but you're not getting paid for it.
I don't remember asking.
I don't remember Blonde Kid.
That's Dick Calablancas.
Does he fit his name well?
Yes.
Nice.
He has a side show.
What?
It's much like later.
They had a spin-off series for him?
It's like I don't remember if it was like a YouTube web series. It was like a little web show.
What?
I don't remember if I watched it or not,
Time to
but
get a
I
little amateur
do
boxing.
remember it being
Super cringy.
If you're interested.
something.
fight?
No, man. I want you to win.
But you think you just come in here and buy me like that? Is that how it is?
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. I think we're on the
Ew. Why do you like him?
I don't right now. It's a later development.
Much later. Dude's gonna have to go through some serious character arc growth.
Duncan Kane, a natural leader.
Aw, he did it for him. I'd be so ticked.
Mm-hmm.
National Honor Society, National Merit Finance, and all around righteous.
Righteous dude.
Hi, I'm Aaron Eccles, and I've known Duncan Kane for a long time.
that's my dad.
That's my dad.
Do you think anybody in high school would actually be like, hey, he got his dad on there. That's so cool. He's an actor. We should vote for him.
That's my dad.
I don't.
Oops, I.
You changed the volume.
Let's see.
If none of the candidates receive a majority, the top two will be entered in a runoff election.
Please, whatever you do, just don't vote for me.
Wanda. Wanda for the win.
Then I better get my ass in gear. where to begin.
I actually don't mind her shirt.
How about the obvious?
Oh yeah.
Abel Kuntz was found with Lily's backpack
little
and shoes in
flowers.
his possession. He gave a confession on the spot.
She's been a lot more background character in this episode so far.
Gotta set everything up first.
Celeste Kane, renowned philanthropist.
Wonder what program she's using for this.
To have all the special effects back in
Yeah.
the early 2000s. Was this 90s or 2000s?
2000.
2000s. Still.
Until a traffic ticket proved that Lily was still alive hours after the coroner's official time of death.
Kind of makes you think about those movies that have like always the special graphics when they're trying to tell everyone. It's like, who took the time to put those graphics together for this short brief? Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah.
He's the reason why there were Coliseum fights. His type of people.
Early Logan is bad.
Really bad. Like, I know he's like, he has a troubled upbringing. A lot of people have troubled upbringings, but they don't turn people into puppets for battery. Veronica has a troubled upbringing, and she's not out there doing that.
They have very different troubled upbringings.
Yeah, his parents have so much money they don't spend time with him. Poor baby.
Yeah.
Something else?
No. No, that's it. It's just the money, yeah. I'm not gonna tell you anything. You have to learn everything on your own. You have to learn about how much money is so much. And they didn't play toys with him as a kid. That's all it is.
Either way, just because you have something bad happen to you doesn't give you a right to treat other people like trash.
Well,
one
of
way or the
course,
other.
that's true.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the 2004-2005 SCA president.
I bet Duncan got, yeah. The subtitles gave away.
I don't look at those.
He paid him off. Even though everybody voted for Wanda,
Yeah, the
he paid them
entire
off.
school was chanting Wanda.
Now I've got a story.
The zoom in? Now I've got a story.
Hey, that's the chick from Glee.
Speech about being a gracious loser.
And about how just because you don't like the outcome doesn't mean you can cry foul.
You would know that once the votes have been certified, a faculty sponsor must approve any request for a recount.
Those are really cool. Opals are my favorite.
Oh yeah, opals are very pretty.
Well, you knew. No one will let me forget it.
I like her giant
All
flower.
I'm saying is I admire your
Dangle.
enthusiasm. for
Yeah, but
STEM.
she's taller than everyone else. So she's older.
As promised, one faculty sponsor.
They specifically they don't want Wanda in there because they're concerned about the way that she's going to shake things up.
Really any harm in Veronica double checking the votes?
Well, that's not the point. She's manipulating you. And I'd like to give you the chance to reconsider.
I tell my students to be dogged. I tell them to follow hunches.
All great.
So she typecast to always be the jerk teacher.
I'm just suggesting that you let this go.
I signed the form. The
Good job.
request is official. See those ballots now.
Stand up to crappy people. Scantrons. Flashbacks.
What'd you get?
Duncan still wins with 743 votes.
That's not right. Those aren't actual.
Hey, student 43059. Who the hell is candidate E and why did you vote for her?
You think I'm not voting for the sister? And for what possible reason do you have my student ID number memorized?
Count the. Verify the student ID. Cross check them. That's the word.
What is it? Well, if Wanda rules, why'd you vote for Duncan, you head case?
I want a statue of myself in the main lobby, holding a musket, staring down danger. Since we're talking about stuff we want.
Please?
How hard is that?
Oh, I wish they gave him more screen time. Do they eventually? Yes.
Kevin Carney. He's got art first period.
He's our bestie.
Wallace is the bestest. Took me a minute to remember because it's been so long since I've watched the episodes what his name is. I'm trying to remember all the characters still.
Wallace.
Duncan, Logan, Wallace, Veronica.
Forgetting your favorite.
Weevil,
Mm-hmm.
Lily,
Dad.
Dr. Dad. Did they change in every classroom? All the teachers were in on it?
Someone cheated.
How?
There were 2 sets of ballot instructions. The classes heavily populated with 09er kids got the candidates' names in the correct order. The classes that Wanda would have carried, band, auto shop, art, got a list with the candidates' names reversed.
I have proof.
Veronica, exactly who do you accuse of doing this?
I'm not accusing anybody.
Then again, it wouldn't be hard to find out whose code was punched into the copier that made the ballot instructions.
Madison Sinclair.
Well, there you go. Mystery solved.
May I have your attention, please?
Looks like Madison's going to be the fall
I
guy
regret
for a
to
teacher who
inform you
said
that there
was
has been a
okay.
mistake in tabulating the election results. There will be a runoff election Thursday between Wanda Varner and Duncan Kane.
Hi, Madison. I heard you lost your student aid gig and your student council spot. If I may be so bold as to make a recommendation, on Fridays, Sloppy Joes are your best bet.
Would not eat Sloppy Joe from a school.
You know, after a while, you just kind of just take whatever you get.
Popping his head in and discovering that I've been poaching from his safe.
Enhance.
Because they totally had the ability to do that back then. What kind of program is she even in?
Advanced paint.
It looks like paint with all the colors.
Alright, when do I get to do yours?
Half a second there, I forgot that Logan was her
Finishing?
boyfriend for some reason.
Oh yeah, now that's
Wait, did the shoes not have her brother's name on them?
The shoes were said to be at the murderer's houseboat,
Yeah.
but these are pictures of right when she died.
Ooh.
Knock out some campaign bumper stickers.
When you say we, you mean...
I mean, we go and talk to some of my graphics guys. Oh,
I
come
should
on.
have cleaned off the windshield
what you
before
already
they
accomplished.
recorded
You
this
weren't
part.
even
Just
No, it's
looking-
realistic.
Looking at them through all the speckles.
But it's realistic.
Cue inspirational music?
How often do you clean your windshield?
I'm not the super rich people they are.
Yeah, but their daughter died recently
Yeah,
from
they
murder.
They still care about appearances.
Your happiness is all I've ever wanted.
Not like for your daughter not to be dead.
He wasn't that attached to her.
Happiness. Living in a grass hut, carving driftwood figurines for tourists.
I feel confident you have grander ambitions than that.
AKA, I don't really want your happiness.
Be the best driftwood carver you can be. After you graduated from Stanford.
Boy.
Law school. Summa cum laude.
See, that's not really wanting what they want, because what if he doesn't want to go to Harvard? What if he wants to go into technical school to learn wood carving?
Yeah.
How is she narc?
Negative. I'm gonna kill whoever did this. They're just posters. You still own the message. They're not just posters. They spray painted narc on the hood of my car.
Eh.
You know they only chose the word narc because it would hit closest to home with your constituency. I shouldn't find that comforting, but I do.
See, the funny thing is, there's like nothing about her as a narc, though, for revealing corruption. If nothing, that shows more of her constituents' desire to go against the man and the corrupt way of government.
Yeah, but who thinks logically in high school?
I did.
Did anyone else?
Not many.
Not many.
Talking about your narc friend, Wanda. Isn't it time that you found another bad guy?
I'm looking at one right now.
Have time to be responsible for every little thing that goes wrong in your life.
The way that shirt would never pass in school because of all the collarbone and shoulders.
Yes.
Oh, you know, Duncan. You don't initiate trouble. You don't initiate much of anything anymore.
Don't stop there, Veronica. Say it. What's my usual way?
You stand idly by.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, how dare she say what you're actually not doing?
We're in the middle of a class here.
Dude, you're famous.
Uh-oh. Did the cops get a hold of what he's doing with his fighting ring? They did post it. Oh no.
So, what's the story with you and Weevil?
See? Even Wanda's Weevy. Wanda's pro Weevy. Weevy. The pain.
You're missing this.
But Lily
So,
didn't have
is this one
boy.
any good?
She's more boy crazy.
I don't
Nothing.
know. I haven't read it.
Do I need to
Yeah.
backtrack it?
Most of these college guides are pretty unreadable.
I'll notice that when I report
So
when
what's
I
your first
edit.
choice? Ivy. I really want to go to Williams. All I have to do is rob a bank and ace the SATs. I think we're in the same boat.
Just out there for people to know, the majority of your education, it doesn't matter where you go. Most people don't care what school you graduate from or college you went to.
Couldn't sleep.
For most careers.
What with the phone ringing every 5 minutes? Access Hollywood, Entertainment Tonight, E!
Yeah.
Any guesses what they wanted to talk about?
Love the angles.
My charity work?
Well, like the Angles are doing a good job of making him seem more intimidating. Except for they'd be better if they switched to have his angles from top down to make it him feel as small as he's being made felt by his father.
Yeah.
So up at the father makes him feel big and scary. Down at the son makes him feel towered over.
Determined to humiliate his father was utterly impressive.
I was wondering if he's going to be physically abusive.
Of course you don't. You never had to work for anything in your life. You're going to get your first lesson in public relations.
Is this like his dad from birth dad, or is this like stepdad?
That is his birth father.
Okay.
You know better than to believe everything you hear at this school. That's just dirty politics.
You might want to explain that to Felix. Somehow the sheriff found out that all the welcome to Neptune signs are hanging up in his bedroom.
Oh, so they're framing her for actual narc type of stuff. Because I could not figure out why the ballot rigging would be considered a narc situation.
Do we need any provisions? Provisions?
For drugs.
Ah, so she was trying to set her up to see if she would narc on her.
And if you'd like to vote for Wanda Varner, mark B.
We'll hang out, and I'll impress you with my diving skills.
Table's ready. You know what, man? You're fine where you are.
Appropriately named kid.
Take care of Sonny Jones.
My hero did the bare minimum.
My hero.
Sorry.
Duncan King.
Sorry. And how cringy would that be to be sitting at a table? I know people do that type of stuff in worse in high schools, but still, I feel bad for the other people sitting around who are they're just, you know, handling.
Is that allowed?
This is how this is going to work. You're going to get a few shots of you volunteering at the soup kitchen.
What do you want me to tell him?
What do you think, Logan? That you're sorry?
But he's not sorry.
How do you argue with 8 figures?
8 figures?
You can't. Can't be done.
Can't argue with 8 figures.
Hey, you find some sucker who's willing to make a chat and sell for cash?
Oh no, the consequences of my own actions.
Why does he have a key but then a push start button?
I don't Why is he staring at his dad like it's his dad's fault?
He didn't raise him good enough to know better.
Yes, to not make people fight for money.
He
Just
said,
making him
"Son,
work at a soup kitchen.
my son here will be the first one to admit that he wasn't using his head.
Or his heart. Because it's corrupted.
This boy has a great heart.
About that.
Well, I know now that
I can get caught, and I don't want to get in trouble. Sorry.
I only hope that one day I can live up to my dad's good example.
Apologies only matter if you're actually willing to make a difference for change later. They only count. They don't count if you don't actually try to do something differently. I really don't like him right now.
That's fine.
But I'm just so proud of him that I
Oh
can't
no.
keep it a
What is he
secret.
gonna do? Oh, is he gonna about the
Dad
deal?
told me on the way over that he's donating $500,000 to the Neptune Food Bank. Way to go, Dad.
Oh my. You're gonna get beat. You are going to get beat. Are you picking the weapon that he's going to use?
Mm-hmm.
Ouchies. Ouchies. That's going to hurt so bad.
But hey, the soup kitchen gets $500,000 now.
It's
Can't
not-
back out of that one.
She just keeps herself drunk all the time.
Veronica Mars.
Hey, who planted stuff in your
Sheriff's
locker?
Department has asked me.
I could just give you my locker combination, save us all a lot of trouble.
Someone planted something this time.
There's a couple of suckers in the bag if you want one.
Advisor, I'm pleased to announce
Oh, I missed the picture she had of him last time.
Duncan Kane.
Aww.
You don't understand.
You're right, I don't. Why don't you explain it to me?
I got busted last year for possession. This was the only way that they would keep it off my record. I'd never get into Williams with a drug charge in my file.
So you were willing to wreck my future to save your own?
Yeah.
If I would have won, I would have done what I promised. We would have changed the way things work around here.
By making bad decisions, trading one bad for another.
I didn't vote for you.
She didn't know. But
Now, my first act as president, I would like to make sure that no one loses a single pirate point.
By abolishing all the pirate points.
In addition to varsity sports, I would also like to make sure that students in band, students who
Look at
make
him
honor
actually
roll,
doing good
students who
stuff.
perform in school plays or write for the school newspaper,
Yay!
and they should share in the.
Look at that. I like how they're not cheering at all. Vive la révolution! I like how part of the she's breaking into her father's safe again.
it's locked.
Dad changed the combination. He knows.
He knows.
I know he knows. I know he knows.
A tape for a journalism project, just to compare and contrast TV news footage with local print.
Bad lie.
Very bad lie. Especially with the way you're walking. Stanley, I didn't do anything wrong, Dad. You also lied to me, Father. I know about Mother.
I'm lying, you know I'm lying.
There you go.
Our own game of spy versus spy. And I know you're still investigating Lily's murder.
I used to think that solving the case was the key to our happiness.
It's not about your happiness. It's about a man dying who's innocent.
It's hard for them to fight against the people with money, though.
That.
I believe in now is that we make the most out of what we have here and now.
This is an enlargement of a crime scene photo taken the night of Lily's murder.
She was wearing the shoes.
They were just in her room.
What are those shoes doing in Abel Kunz's possession?
Good question.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tampered with evidence.
Planted.
Yeah, I wish they would have done a heavier focus on the crime solving than on the student body stuff. You know, like it's like, okay, yes, I get that the student body stuff does a good job of setting up Logan's backstory with his abusive family and helping Duncan have a little bit of an arc of being a better person. But but the thing is that this show had the premise of it being about solving her friend's murder, and it seems to be because in a lot of TV shows you have your A plot and your B plot, but the murder should be the A plot, but it ends up being the B plot in each of these episodes. It's something that's like a secondary thing that we only hear about her looking stuff up. We don't see a whole lot of actional things taking place.
So, to combat that slightly.
Okay.
In normal crime shows, yes, because that's like their career. To be fair, she is a high school student. So she's still in the high school, like, ooh, I have to think about high school stuff. But then when she's not at high school, my best friend got murdered.
But like, okay, I can understand that, but the thing is, this is not a real world scenario logic situation that they're building up. In a real world logic situation, that's exactly what would be a natural progression of this. They have set her up to be this very well put together, strong gumshoe, someone who's supposed to be kind of like her own Nancy Drew in her own world. And if you do the Nancy Drew storylines, who is supposed to be a high schooler in a lot of her stories, you have very little high school stuff going on, and is 90% mystery and maybe 10% other stuff in life.
Yeah, but did Nancy Drew pass any of her classes?
Yes.
Let's see those report cards.
Does Veronica? And how many times does she skip classes that we have talked about and seen in these episodes? So, like, I'm not trying to dog on the series at all. Maybe it will
dog on my favorite.
I love you, but maybe it will progress as the show goes on.
Yes.
Maybe that will heighten. But right now, it's just so much. I don't know. We're 6 episodes in. And it's much more high school drama than it is a literal murder investigation. It's like they barely give you these little crumbs of stuff, and it's, I don't know, like, I forget about the murder even being a thing so often because it's not.
Which also, the actual investigation has happened a year before.
Mm-hmm.
And it got shut down by all the rich people. And so it's kind of slightly unsafe for them to.
But you could still do a lot with that.
Yeah.
You could still do a lot with it because, like, we get, it's their way of hooking you to come back to the next episode. Part of the reaction process is giving my reaction to the show.
I don't like this reaction.
I'm sorry. Like, with the structure of the writing and like, there's like, there's good stuff and everything. But like, okay, so you had the thing like, okay, we had the cliffhanger of like, oh my gosh, Lily was alive longer than we thought with the video, the footage of the running the traffic cam. And then we have the cliffhanger with the mom. It's like you have all these things like where the episodes end to try to get you to come back because you want to know what's happening with the murder. But like they all fizzle. They all fizzle each time, and it's just done as this brief voiceover of, oh, this is what that was. And some clips of her staring at a computer screen and or staring at paperwork.
And using Canva.
Canva didn't exist back then.
Microsoft Word probably didn't either.
Right. And so it's like, that, and that's all that you get. And every once in a blue moon, you might get her like going somewhere, but it's not. What are you wanting to say?
Nothing. I'm sad.
Don't take it. Put it back. Put it back. Put it back on your shirt. Click it back onto your shirt. Let go of it. Put your hands down. Thank you.
I want to take it off now.
Okay. I might be being extra harsh because I don't know how the series progresses. But is that not kind of what's happening in these episodes so far? Where it's a lot of just like these little tiny bits here and there. And I think it might be because, as we talked about, the first episode is a mega dump.
Mm-hmm.
Is a super info dump, and it's done in a place where it was strong enough that it hooked you into that central storyline, but then they completely 180'd from that structure.
Yeah. You could say that if you really wanted to. I wouldn't.
Is that just the nostalgia talking?
No.
You're very convincing. I'm not saying it's a bad show. I'm saying it could be stronger.
She's not saying it's a bad show. She's just saying it's not a good show.
Those aren't the only two dichotomies in viewing things. But maybe there'll be some other episodes that will be a little bit more depth to them.
Mm-hmm.
This one wasn't that meaty of an episode. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't hate the series. I don't hate the series. I don't hate it.
She just doesn't like it.
Maybe I'm just salty there wasn't enough Weavy in this episode for me.
That's probably what it is. We're
That's
going to have
what it
a
is.
Weevil-based episode, and you're going to be like, this was the greatest show that I've ever seen. I love Weevil.
Like how I've become so southern in your... Well, now that I offended Jasmine.
Yes, thoroughly.
I hope you guys are enjoying watching our reactions and
Her reaction to the show, my reaction to her.
yeah, there we go.
Mhm. When was the last time that you snitched on someone for having drugs?
Oh,
Because it's a good thing to do. Drugs are bad.
I mean, yes. That was a lot more serious of a question I was expecting. I was just like, well, last time we snitched on someone in general, so it could have been like a kid talking about how someone took their favorite crayon.
Okay, scratch the drug part.
I was going much more innocent. And well, I did say I wanted more depth. I did say you wanted more depth.
It's
on me. My bad. All right.
Follow-up question, when was the last time you were a bald man with a motorcycle in high school?
I feel like there's going to be some people who can actually say they were.
I'm trying to find that niche amount. I want to make them have a club together.
A club.
I won't be in it because I'm not bald or motorcycled or high schooled or man. Anyways.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all new content coming your way. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, and hopefully we can make more. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!